I'm Abiola Jackson. This is the Entertainment News and Celebrity Gossip TV for Monday, June the 16th. In entertainment news, well, we have some Porsha Williams news and her ex-husband. This is a good one here, folks. Um, According to Hot New Hip Hop, Roa's Porsha Williams, her husband, the ex-husband, Simon Guobadia, questions if she was possibly involved in his ICE detainment and deportation. So, again, these two have hit a major obstacle leading up to their split, with Guobadia being detained by ICE last week, as you guys have already known by now. They detained the Nigerian businessman, deported, and reportedly lost his legal challenge to a prenuptial agreement with his ex-wife, Porsha Williams. So since he lost that, he's now back in Nigeria. And Simon is now speaking out, describing the ordeal as a nightmare, and he believes that he was deliberately targeted. That's right, he believes he was targeted. So in an interview with U.S. Magazine, he does reveal that ICE agents intercepted him the moment he landed in the U.S. earlier this year. Now, upon returning from overseas during his divorce headlines, authorities seized his devices, demanded passcodes for a forensic investigation. He said they confiscated his mobile office before placing him in handcuffs and detaining him. So this is what he's questioning. He questions this part right here. He's questioning the time of the arrest, given that his immigration status had been publicly known, or given his immigration status had been public knowledge, for years. So for the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16 premiere, it just dropped days after, his detention. So he does blame stricter federal enforcement and suggests, without any sort of evidence whatsoever, that someone aligned with Porsha may have played a role, or maybe she played a role. Now, he got emotional during the interview when describing the conditions inside the facility. He was denied bond, faced delays seeing a judge, was placed in protective custody due to his public profile. For 23 hours, he said he was locked in a cell. He says, "I understand why people kill themselves, but says I'm too strong for that." So on June 11th, the judge upheld the former couple's prenuptial agreement during the video hearing, handing Porsha a major legal victory. The court found that the contract had been negotiated fairly and transparently. Simon, argues that she misled him about returning to Real Housewives of Atlanta, but his claim failed to sway the court. So now he's back in Nigeria, as you all know. Simon's financial fate remains unclear, but the fallout from their 15-month marriage continues to unfold. Now, Porsha Williams has not commented or said anything publicly on the ruling. So as season 16 of Real Housewives of Atlanta airs, their once private disputes are becoming part of the broader entertainment narrative. So Simon, he raises questions about the intersection of fame, immigration policy, and family law, even as both sides remain locked in the court of public opinion. Now we're going to go from that to this, courtesy of the Neighborhood Talk. We're going to go to this one here right now, folks. Let's get to that now. This is regarding what Porsha Williams has to say. This is about something else. It's a recording. We'll say that it's a recording. So basically, the recording basically says here. Check this one out, guys. This is what the recording is saying here. Porsha says she was paying child support for 2 of Simon's sons while he was detained in ICE custody. I thought it was unfortunate that they weren't getting any help. So this is on a recording. She said this on a recording. It's on an audio recording. It's a leaked audio recording from one of Porsha and Simon's divorce proceedings. This is a leaked audio from the divorce proceedings. She does reveal that she's been footing the bill for child support for two of Simon's sons. So according to her, the mother of the children reached out to her claiming she hadn't been receiving payments since he was in ICE custody. Hmm. So that's interesting. So let's listen to the audio to see what she has to say. And then after that, you be the judge. Was she behind? Was she or others associated with Porsha? Was she behind Simon being detained by ICE and deported by ICE back to Nigeria? You be the judge. You be the judge of that after listening to this audio. Listen to this audio, and you be the judge.
Is that you've covered of his that went ordered?
Yes, I paid his child support for his two sons. And I also paid maintenance for the house. So that's outside of utilities as well.
Why did you choose to do that?
Well, I really got concerned being that Simon was still detained when it comes to his child support. I'm still married to him at the end of the day, and I just really felt it was unfortunate that they weren't getting any help. The mother had reached out to my assistant and that she was concerned, and she wanted a couple things from the house, but she sounded really concerned. So when I spoke to her, she made me aware that it had not been paid, and so I paid it, his child support.
Any other expenses that you've covered of his that went ordered?
Yes.
So you hear that there? You hear what she said? So she's basically saying that she covered the child support payments while he was detained. So you heard what Porsha Williams had to say. Let me see. Let me get the comments and thoughts about this one. Hold on, let me get back to that. I don't think. Let me just check here for any comments on this. Let me get back to that. Oh, let me. So we have some comments here on this one. This is a good one. We do have some comments on this one. We're gonna get to that right now. People had thoughts on this one. Let me get to that. I'm gonna get to that now. So people were chiming and saying this. This is what they had to say. This is what they're saying here. Let's get to that now. So basically, people are saying Star 0 Pound says she loves the children more than she dislikes him. I can dig it. Happy Father's Day to Porsha. Very good. She did the right thing. I'm proud of her because those kids need financial support. And she said she was still married to him. I'm thinking. I thought they had, and I thought they had divorced already. I guess legally they're still married. Okay, I didn't catch on to that. So another person says, y'all can't be happy that she cared enough to do it, even though she didn't have to do it for the kids. Y'all minds move different. Well, she did right. A lot of stepmothers and stepfathers stand up because those are kids. The kids shouldn't have to suffer no matter what's going on. Shout out to the step parents or bonus parents who have stood up and helped in any shape or form. So basically, I guess there's a lot of positive that came out of what Porsha Williams did. There's a lot of positive that came out of that. So I commend Porsha Williams as well for doing what she did, stepping in, like she said on the audio, and helping pay support, paid child support for the children, while Simon was detained by ICE. He was detained at that time, and she stepped in. So I commend her for that. That was she had a good heart in doing that. So that's why I question Simon as to why he thinks that she was involved in him getting deported and detained by ICE. So I kind of question that. I don't personally. I don't believe that she or any one of her associates were involved with that. I don't believe that for a second. So that theory that he brought up, saying that, I have to disagree with that. I gotta disagree with that. I can't. I don't see that. I personally don't see that. So I don't know if Simon is picking at straws and reaching. I'm not sure about that, but I don't see the logic in what he's talking about. I can't see that. I don't see it, to be honest with you. And like I said, and it proved, and she, and especially Porsha stepping in when the kids didn't have any support, any financial backing or support, while Simon was detained by ICE. She stepped in and financially and helped the kids out, like she said in the audio. So, like I said, I think Simon's reaching. I think it's reaching a stretch, in my opinion. So I think um, Porsche did a good thing. I commend her for that. Nothing else to add to this. That's it. Hit the like and subscribe button. More entertainment news, celebrity gossip TV. That's all I got to say. Nothing else. Until next time, peace and out.